Coming up on Fulton Today, a jury duty scam that could cost Fulton residents hundreds of dollars. Find out what you need to know to avoid becoming a victim. And recipes designed to weather an emergency are put to the test. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. We begin with a warning from Fulton County Superior Court about a jury duty scam targeting Fulton residents. Now, Yolanda Lewis is the administrator of Superior Court. She joins us now to tell us what's happening. Yolanda, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so first things first, how did you all find out about the scam and just how does it work?
We found out about this scam initially from our jury clerk, Phoenix Gaston. Ms. Gaston indicated that she had received several calls from residents across the county who had received calls from a perpetrator who had indicated that they were an officer of the court, either a judge, a deputy, or some other personnel in the court system. The residents indicated that the perpetrators had asked them to produce money orders or either some other form of payment for missing jury service.
And Yolanda, remind residents about how this process is supposed to legally work.
Well, first of all, residents should recognize that jury services does not communicate through phone calls. We do not call citizens and ask them to pay fines. What we do is send out official records, official documents from the court, which includes your summons. And when you receive your summons, it will have instructions as to what should take place. If you're able to report to court, it will tell you the date to do that.
And any final thoughts regarding jury service and these scams?
Well, of course, first of all, we want to say that we appreciate the citizens for allowing us to know about this scam by calling our offices. If they are receiving calls where someone is perpetrating an officer of the court, we want to know about it, and so we would ask that they call our jury services office. In addition, we stress the fact that we do not want you to provide any of your personal identifying information or make payments to anyone who has indicated that you have missed jury services and are required to pay a fine for the purpose of staying out of jail. This is simply not something that is being done on behalf of the court.
All right, Fulton County Superior Court Administrator Yolanda Lewis, always great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Now, again, if you receive a telephone call requesting payment for failing to show up for jury duty, do not give out any personal information and call Fulton County Jury Services immediately. That number, 404-612-4600. A major campaign is underway to help feed hundreds of county families. Members of Fulton's Youth Commissioners kicked off their 6th annual campaign to fight hunger earlier this month. Their goal is to fill 50 barrels with enough non-perishable food to feed about 285 families this year.
The campaign to fight hunger is really important due to the fact that people don't understand that you could be going to school with somebody that doesn't have the opportunity to eat as well as you eat every day. And I feel that this competition really does allow for people in the community outside of, the Fulton County Youth Commission to actually do something about the hunger issue and actually get involved in their community in a way that does positively affect everyone.
This initiative has been designed to help combat the issues of hunger within Fulton County, specifically low-income pockets within the county. This initiative has been designed to support our seniors who are on fixed incomes and low-income families who have a challenge providing food to their families. We support pantry programs that service people beyond the holiday months when they're in need of food the most.
The campaign is a part of a partnership between the Youth Commissioners and the Atlanta Food Bank. This year, the campaign is promoting a little friendly competition among donors.
We've decided to make the collection initiative a competition to gain the most impact and to collect the most items. We have put Fulton County departments in competition, Fulton County schools, churches, and other corporations throughout Fulton County.
Now, the deadline to fill the barrels is November 7th. If your organization would like to request a barrel, you can contact Reginald Crosley. The contact information is right there on your screen. Want to make a difference in a young person's life? Well, how about becoming a mentor? Cooperative Extension's 4-H program will help you with the training process.
Requirements for the mentors is that you have to be 18 years old and you have to pass an extensive background check through the University of Georgia.
The 4-H Club helps children develop life skills and become more productive.
So we work with parents and the children, and the mentors kind of model good behavior and a model, what kind of careers that you could participate in. We also do what we call a family night out. We have activities where we take the kids bowling. It may be a family night in where we're studying. We do all kinds of different things with the youth.
Training sessions are held at the Reef House and Brady Center in East Point. According to a recent study by Tufts University, youth who participate in 4-H are more likely to excel academically, make healthier choices, and give back to their communities. To get more information on the mentoring program, you can call 404-762-4085. With the state's unemployment rate hovering at 8%, the county's workforce development team is working on strategies to help reduce that rate. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has the story.
Shania, the Workforce Development Office works one-on-one with people looking for jobs. That's one way the department is taking the lead to reduce unemployment in the county.
You have 1 hour from the time that you start to get
From personal training, outreach events, and on-site recruitments, the Workforce Development Office is getting unemployed residents back on the job.
The focus is getting the customers well-trained, retrained back into the workforce for companies that are coming or already here in Georgia that are looking for skilled workers.
Workforce Development has built strong relationships with major companies including Comcast, MARTA, and Walmart. So when those companies need to increase their staff, they set up shop at a Workforce Development Center and often hire people on the spot.
A lot of times customers may not be able to get on the inside to talk to certain companies like MARTA or Comcast, so we're able to go out and talk to those companies and encourage them to actually come and see what we do at our home base, which are the offices, and bring the customers to them.
Qualified residents can also get thousands of dollars for training. The office works with the Workforce Investment Act Board to make sure that training is always evolving.
We want to make sure that the customers get the training, they get they get the jobs that they need to meet their criteria, and even prepare them for those jobs that may be for the 21st century.
You can get more information on training, resume preparation, and mock interview help at any of the workforce development sites, including here at the Career Resource Center. Just contact the number on your screen. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Fulton employees put their emergency cooking skills to the test. These dishes were created from non-perishable items as a part of National Preparedness Month.
This is incredible. Actually, this is our first annual National Preparedness Month cook-off, and what we're here to do today is to talk about how to be prepared and take some of those items that you have in your kit, the 72-hour kit you're supposed to have for you and your family, and how to make them into meals that are not only healthy but also tasty.
During an emergency, grocery store and restaurants may not be open, so the cook-off challenge was designed to show how meals can be created when there is no gas or electricity. It also highlighted the importance of stocking your home with non-perishable foods.
Everything is just completely non-perishable canned goods. We're going to add some artichoke herbs. We're going to add some sliced olives. And we're going to add some sun-dried tomatoes as well to this. And we're going to add some basil, salt and pepper, and we'll finish it off with some good old Parmesan cheese. So all stuff that you can keep, in your ready kit or in your car, wherever, well, probably won't be cooking in your car, but wherever you need to cook it, you can keep all of this stuff ready.
The meal is, it's a fun snack for the kids, or great for NFL game day, but it includes Spam, Velveeta cheese, and Bisquick, all things that you would have in your pantry. And I also add some cayenne pepper just to add a little spice to it, and you can use syrup, or in my case I like to use fruit pie filling to add to it if you want to make a little sweet to go with the savory.
You can get more information on planning for disasters by contacting the Atlanta Fulton County Emergency Management Agency. Make sure your plan will cover you during the first 72 hours of an emergency. And still to come, a look at Tomorrow World 2014. It's in our district by district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Georgia's First Lady visits a county health facility, and the cleanup continues in South Fulton following a huge international music festival. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with District 1. Chairman John Eves takes time to visit with a group of young emerging leaders. Students from the Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy stopped by the Fulton County Government Center to hear and see firsthand local government at work. The at-large commissioner engaged the members of the Junior State of America about the responsibilities that come along with leadership.
It was a pretty cool experience. I really enjoyed his talk, and it really opened my eyes to some of the things in Fulton County and Atlanta in general.
He basically said a lot of stuff that my AP International Studies teacher says on a daily basis, which is to, expose yourself to different things because it can open doors and it's just stuff that you need to know, period. So his I wouldn't say lecture, but his talk with us was very informative.
Students at Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy must serve their community as a part of their school curriculum. Mark your calendars in District 4 for the annual Harvest on the Hooch event that helps to feed thousands of people in need. The event will take place at the Chattahoochee Nature Center's Unity Garden on Sunday, October 19th. Harvest on the Hooch gives people an opportunity to raise funds to provide fresh produce for the food pantry. Through the partnership with North Fulton Charities, residents who are experiencing difficult times can get food at the pantry for their families. Now, the event will be from 1 to 4 at the center's Unity Garden at 9135 Willio Road in Roswell. You can call 770-992-2055, extension 226 for more information. District 5 Commissioner Emma I. Darnell announces her series of town hall meetings to begin next week. The Vice Chair will host the forums themed State of the County, what every citizen should know, what every citizen wants known. The discussions will center around a host of topics, including the current state of the county, fiscal year 2015 budget projections, the county reorganization, and the impact to citizens, just to name a few.
We are just looking forward to having this opportunity to come out into the community where people live and listen, as well as share. The state of Fulton County, we are interested in the state of Fulton County as it applies to people. Not always to the press, but to people. And so we look forward to this. We believe very, very strongly that the best public policy begins with the people.
The first town hall meeting will be Monday, October 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Southwest Arts Center on New Hope Road. The Vice Chair will hold 2 more meetings on Tuesday, October 28th at the Darnell Multipurpose Center. One will begin at 9:30 and the evening session will begin at 6 p.m. In District 6, the First Lady of Georgia makes a personal visit to the County Center for Health and Rehabilitation. Mrs. Sandra Deal stopped by the Women's, Infants, and Children's Clinic at the facility. The First Lady wanted to highlight Fulton County's effort to combat childhood obesity and their efforts to promote healthy eating and nutrition.
And this month, we're working on SHAPE, the SHAPE initiative, which is trying to teach children and parents and teachers and others how important good nutrition and exercise are to helping combat obesity and help these children have good brain power.
I just think this is an amazing opportunity that Mrs. Deal came out to visit us and to help her kind of understand what it is that we really do. I think a lot of people don't really understand what it is that we do, so I'm always on the forefront of opening minds and changing attitudes.
The First Lady's visit to the WIC Clinic was her second time in less than 2 months visiting a county program. Mrs. Deal joined the Healthy Heart Coalition of Fulton County at the historic Westside Gardens to see how they are training people to grow their own fresh produce. And finally, in District 7, the cleanup continues after thousands called South Fulton home for the Tomorrow World Music Festival. People from all across the globe descended on Go-Kart Farm for the international event. Music lovers enjoyed 3 full days of artists, while some even camped out on the property.
I live in South Fulton County, 4 miles away, and I find it an incredible opportunity for us to be able to put this on out here.
Love the music, love the EDM.
Lots of music, lots of friends.
Yeah, the environment, I mean, look at the place.
For the excitement, blur. Peace, love, unity, and respect, of course. And always, Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Seize the day, seize the day.
Organizers are still calculating the economic impact on the area. Tomorrow World will be back again in 2015. Now, you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, addressing the big issue of painkiller overdoses. Stay with us.
Watching Fulton Today.
According to the nation's top medical professionals, an alarming number of people are abusing prescription drugs. It's an issue the CDC says that has skyrocketed in recent years. Dr. Patrice Harris is the director of the Department of Health and Wellness, and she's here now to talk about the problem and the county resources available. Doctor, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Well, thanks for having me, Shania.
So let's talk about this issue. Just how serious is it?
Prescription drug abuse, particularly those medications that are commonly used to treat pain, has become a national public health crisis. The CDC estimates that drug overdose death rates have tripled since the 1990s. So this is a serious problem, a serious public health crisis.
And doctor, if people are prescribed these strong prescription drugs, what precautions should they take?
Well, it certainly is important to take medications as prescribed. These pain medications, and in fact all prescription drug medications, should be stored safely and securely. We think sometimes that we need to make sure that the medications are up high so that they're out of reach of children, but really it's important that these medications are stored so that no one has access to them except the person who is prescribed the medication. Also, patients should talk with their doctor. Sometimes as pain lessens or becomes a different pain, there are other alternatives than the powerful opioid prescription drugs. So it's critical to take the medication as prescribed, but talk with your doctor about alternative methods to control and treat pain.
And what about properly disposing the unused prescriptions?
Disposing unused medications is a critically important topic, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this. The first thing is if any unused medications, do not flush and do not dispose of down the sink. The best thing is to remove the pills from the bottles. Don't crush them. Put them in a bag or a can, cover them with either kitty litter or coffee grounds, and then throw in the trash. Folks should also take advantage of National Prescription Drug Take-Back Days. Occasionally, law enforcement officials have these days where folks can bring in medications and they will be disposed of safely and securely. I do also want to remind folks that when they throw the bottles away, take a pen or a marker and remove all of your personal information.
Can you now shift and talk a little bit about the county services?
Well, we do offer behavioral health and addictive disease services in the county. The first place to start is to get an assessment, and we participate in the statewide crisis and referral line. And so folks should call 1-800-715-4225. That's 1-800-715-4225. That number is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And based on the services needed and the location provided, someone can get help. whether it's with us here in Fulton County or another one of the many service providers in the county.
And Doc, let me get your final comments.
Well, just say this is a very important topic, and I'm glad to have had the opportunity to talk about it. We do find that folks who begin to abuse prescription drugs, when they can't get access, they can sometimes turn to heroin, and that's a problem that's on the rise as well. So this is a critical problem. It requires a comprehensive, public health-focused approach, and we're very glad to be able to educate the community about this problem.
All right, Dr. Patrice Harris with the Department of Health and Wellness, always great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, here is the contact information for more on the county's health services. While many of us suspect that there's just way too much sugar in kids' diets, a new study shows that there's also too much sodium in kids' foods. A recent report from the CDC shows about 90% of children ages 6 to 18 eat too much sodium daily, and 1 in 6 children has elevated blood pressure. The CDC says the most common foods children eat that have too much sodium include pizza, chips, chicken nuggets, cold cuts, and pasta dishes. But Cooperative Extension Director Mina Chester says there are always healthier alternatives.
Nothing wrong with eating chicken nuggets, but you have to think about what's going on top of that pizza. Put some fresh vegetables on there, and you can make your own chicken nuggets with the less sodium at home. Also, you can eat lots of fresh fruit and vegetables as alternatives as well.
Children should eat less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. The CDC says on average, kids consume 3,300 milligrams before salt is even added at the table. For more information on healthy recipes, you can contact Fulton's Cooperative Extension Team. They're at 404-332-2400. The public helps Fulton's workforce to save dozens of lives in just one day. During the county's quarterly blood drive for the American Red Cross, nearly 100 people rolled up their sleeves to donate. The Red Cross says 5 million patients in the U.S. need blood every year. 1 pint can save up to 3 lives, so every donation counts.
I had a sister who used to have to get transfusions all the time. So from that point on, I decided that I would give blood because that was good that somebody was able to give it to her. So I want to do the same to someone else.
Fulton County hosts multiple blood drives at the government center a year, so employees have the opportunity to donate. If you want to donate blood, you can go to redcrossblood.org. And when we come back, teamwork with a bit of fun thrown in. It's basketball season at County Parks. Stay with us, everybody.
You're watching Fulton Today.
The library system teams up with juvenile court to make sure that families know about the free resources available with just a library card. A booth set up at juvenile court gave parents and children the chance to get a free library card. The card gives you access to activities, classes, and special events that are educational and entertaining. There are also learning resources at the library, including eCampus.
Reading is so fundamental to the development of youth, and it's a window to the world, and you can explore, you can learn, and you can have a lot of fun.
Those who came by also had a chance to register to vote. Fulton County residents can sign up at any library branch for a free library card. You can also just go to afpls.org to find the location nearest you. And finally, boys and girls have a new chance to learn how to become team players. Registration for the Parks and Recreation Department's basketball program is now underway. The program is for children ages 4 to 17. Coaches say the program helps the kids on the court and off.
They will learn the fundamentals of basketball, the very basic fundamentals, but it's also important that we teach them how to win, how to lose, and how to pick each other up.
You can register now through November 1st at Burdette Park, Sandtown Park, Welcome Park, and Cliftondale Park. You will need to provide proof that you live in Fulton County and a copy of a birth certificate. There's a discount for families who enroll more than 1 child. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Email us at fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, find us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.